As I said before in past videos, I'm not a huge fan of the Yves Saint Laurent, the YSL Y collection. It is a good fragrance line, but I think there are other blue type scents that I actually gravitate towards before I actually reach out to the Y fragrances. But having said that, I think the top 3 blue fragrances in the market today are definitely going to be your Bleu de Chanel fragrance line for men, and of course the Dior Sauvage, which is also going hand in hand with all that whole, eau de toilette, eau de parfum, and pure parfum releases. And I think the Y now from Yves Saint Laurent has definitely taken a stab at that blue reign of becoming the #1 blue reached out fragrances for men. And now we have Eau Fraiche 2020, guys. I figured, I'd pick this up, wear it, tell you guys what I think about this one, if it's worth your time, if it's worth your money. Let's talk about why Eau Fraiche 2020 coming up next. Welcome back to another fragrance review. I am Max Forti. If you love to make a great first impression, smelling good is definitely a great way to start. In today's video, the new from the Y collection. This is Y Eau Fraiche 2020 release. This is actually the 4th release from this particular collection. We had the introduction of this fragrance line from Yves Saint Laurent back in 2017 with Yves Saint Laurent's Y just eau de toilette concentration, and then a year later, 2018, we had the eau de parfum. 2019 gave us Y Live, and 2020 has given us the brand new 2020 release, Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau Fraiche. Love the presentation here, the frosty bottle going from this white, bluish frosty into this clear part of the fragrance. You have the Y here. This is very similar to all the other flankers to the T, but I love the elements here on the cap. You have the white cap with the YSL insignia up top. The sprayers are actually really amazing on these fragrances, very similar to Dior, which I think, in my opinion, Chanel, Dior, and Yves Saint Laurent have the best sprayers, atomizers in the game. So let's see what the 2020 Eau Fraiche fragrance gives me, and let's see if this is actually one that I'll actually reach out for this particular summertime. In fact, I just want to talk about this real quickly. As we know, this year, 2020, has been the year of the aquatic, the blue scents. Every single fragrance house has released a freaking blue scent this year. But this particular one here is actually an iteration, a flanker of the Y collection. And due to the frosty bottle here, it's giving me a very summery, a very refreshing kind of a feel. So I think this is definitely going to be one for the summertime. I'd say this is going to be the Y for the warm weather, tropical, summer season type of a scent. I'm giving myself a blast just to remind myself of the introduction. And I'm going to say right off the bat, guys, right off the gate, the introduction here is worth $1 million. It's just amazing smelling fragrance. I love the introduction. It's invigorating, it's bright, it's brisk. It's got this amazing melange of citruses, a tremendous note of grapefruit up top. If you're a fan of grapefruit fragrances, you're going to absolutely fall in love with this one. There's also a minty effect here. I think there's geranium here. So the geranium with the mint are going to give you this really nice, brisk, almost icy effect that you get here with the bottle. I absolutely love the introduction of this fragrance. In fact, I hope that this fragrance would stay linear, because if that's the case, this is a winner in my book. Here's the deal though. As the fragrance develops, I actually have the dry down on my right-hand side, your left side. The dry down of the fragrance, as you get into the 15-20 minute mark, that beautiful, brisk, gin and tonic, minty vibe will actually starts to fade away. There's also a very predominant note of juniper berries here. If you're not a fan of juniper, you're gonna get that sharpness that you usually get, the fruity sharpness that you get with juniper berries. It is definitely present here. Very aromatic, very inviting, very easy to wear. Definitely in that vein of blue, aromatic / aquatic scents. In fact, on my skin, this fragrance actually reminded me of 2 different fragrances that are very popular. It reminds me very much so of Chanel Allure Homme Sport, the original, not the Eau Extreme. And it also reminds me of Versace Pour Homme Signature, the original. Definitely has extreme resemblance with those 2 fragrances. That fruity, aromatic, sharp, aquatic kind of undertone is what I get with this particular fragrance. And it does remain quite linear on my skin, which is a good thing. On price alone right now, because this is brand new, I would probably reach out to Chanel Allure Homme Sport or Versace Pour Homme Signature before I would reach out to this fragrance, because it's just a better proposition altogether. This is going to be in the $100 mark of a fragrance. I know I can, not the Chanel, but the Pour Homme, the Versace Pour Homme, I can pick up a big bottle of that for like 30, 40 bucks. So I'd probably wear that before I actually pick this one up, just because of the price point. But it is a very nice scent. And it has some different nuances as you get into the 45-minute mark before we get into the dry down. I'm going to tell you what they are right now. All right, so the 2, just so you guys know, I talked about this reminding me of Versace Pour Homme Signature. I talked about it reminding me of Chanel L'Homme Sport, but it does have a couple components that actually sets this apart from the other two fragrances, you know, despite the fact that they are quite similar. It is going to be the lavender that comes to play in the heart of the scent into the dry down, which gives this nice creamy and calming effect to the scent, and also a very beautiful note of cedar, woodsy base that you get with this fragrance in the dry down, which is also gives this nice body to the scent and actually adds performance to the fragrance. So perhaps try this side by side with the fragrances that are similar to this one and see if you actually like this one more than the other ones. I think because of the price point right now, you know, my final thoughts is this is a nice release. I do enjoy a lot. Actually, in fact, if I compare Eau Fraiche to the original Y, the Live, which I actually haven't really had much experience, or the Eau de Parfum, I actually like Y Eau Fraiche the best. So if I had to pick my favorite from the whole collection, the Y segment line of Yves Saint Laurent, Y Eau Fraiche is definitely my favorite one that I really truly would wear in the warm seasons up ahead. I think this is actually great for summer, for the spring. If you live in a tropical area, I think this will be a perfect signature scent. But because of the price point right now, I would probably reach out to other fragrances within this genre before I actually pick this one up. So performance for Eau Fraiche is actually about moderate to good. I got about 6 to 7 hours. You guys know I like to spray my clothes. I get a work stay, which is quite okay. The fragrance will push nice for the first hour or so, 45 minutes to an hour. Then it's going to stay close to you. People will have to get close to like arm's length to get whiffs of this fragrance. So it's not a projection monster, but it does give you a nice sillage. Overall, decent performance, not great. So like I said before, for the price point, there are other options that are similar to this that I think you guys are better off at this point. When this becomes readily available at discounters, I definitely say pick this up because it is a nice little release and one that I'm probably gonna be rocking this, coming summer of 2020. I really enjoy this one. Ages, I think this one, even though it has this nice youthful, playful type of a citrus aromatic aquatic type of scent profile, because of the juniper berries here and the heavy cedar and the lavender in the heart, I think it perhaps leans a little bit more mature, not too mature, but I'd say 20s and up. I think somebody in college, or if you're getting a job, or if you're going for a job interview, for instance, if you're looking for a signature office scent, I think this is one you should consider checking out. But you can also wear this casually running errands, just hanging out. It's an easy enough to wear, very versatile. It's got a lot of going for it when it comes to the versatility. It is one of those type scents that is very easy to please and very versatile, dumb reach type of a scent for sure. As you know, guys, with all new releases, just like Eau Fraiche from Yves Saint Laurent, Y Eau Fraiche, you can find fragrances like this and other thousands of different ones at my partner, myfragrancesamples.com. Of course, you can utilize the code that's going on right now, which is Together30, which will grant you guys 30% off at checkout, site-wide, no exclusions, guys. Check it out, have all the details below. You guys can check a decant of this or any new release or any fragrance that fancy your interest at this point. Again, all the information, guys, in the description. Enjoy. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your support. Please don't forget to like this video. If you did enjoy the content, show the like. If you guys like to subscribe for a lot more, please do so. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell icon. That way you get new release videos just like these straight into your feed. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, fragrance is emotion in motion, so wear what truly moves you. I'll see you again in the next one.